Hello, scholars of English, and welcome to your February 15th DLD experience. As you do every day in class, you will simply click on Modules. You will then go and you will see that the February 15th DLD module is at the top of the page. Feel free to go ahead and hit that welcome page, which will tell you the agenda for the day. In the module, you will submit attendance. You will obviously state that you are here. You will watch a video, which is this right now. You will compose an essay that was originally intended to be completed on Thursday. We discussed this in class. Due to delay, we moved some things around a little bit. That essay will be over a couple of stories that we've recently read in class. You'll be asked to compare and contrast those stories. More on that later. And then you will see a module completion page. Remember, you must do this prior to 11:59, Tuesday, February 18th. To be marked present attendance-wise. You may reach out to me if you have questions via Canvas. My email is also provided here. There is a helpline should you desire that. Again, you will proceed to the attendance check. You will hit next once you have told us that you are here. This is where this video you're currently watching will be housed. Hope you enjoy it very much. Then what we have is our work for the day. So we have, and I'm going to go ahead and hit the preview here. This is on Lockdown Browser, but there is no password. We've been working on some kind of science fiction stories, perhaps some stories that are telling, fortune telling, if you will, things that technology could do that are not ideal. We read 3 stories by a man named Ray Bradbury, one of which There Will Come Soft Rains. If you don't remember that one, it's linked here for you. It's about the sci-fi super advanced house that does all these automatic functions for this family who is no longer there. And then on Tuesday of this week, we read By the Waters of Babylon, a story by Stephen Vincent Millay, written in 1937. So the Bradbury story, 1950, 1937. And as we read these, perhaps some things stood out to you regarding similarities and differences. And what this essay asks you to do is to take a look at those. Because I know that this stresses some of you out, I wanted to go ahead and set this up for you. In other words, I didn't want you to have to guess how to set this up, right? Because again, we've been working with writing a three-point thesis statement and using that to drive our essays. So feel free to read this word for word here, but essentially what you are going to do is you are going to focus on 3 things. 1, theme. I'm going to ask you that in your first body paragraph, okay, you determine a theme that you believe both stories share. Then you will contrast the 2 stories on point of view and setting. One of the stories is told in the first person point of view. Think about how that impacts the story, what you learn from John in By the Waters of Babylon versus what you learn from the third person perspective from There Will Come Soft Rains. Additionally, you will contrast the setting of the 2 stories. Think about setting. We're talking time and we're talking place. And I think that those you will find are a little bit similar, but mostly different, especially for John, who, despite the fact that he is visiting a community that seems for him to be advanced, where he himself is housed is not to that degree. Additionally, here's what you have. I broke down the entire essay for you, what you will need to do. You're going to start with your intro. You're going to go to theme, point of view, setting, conclusion. Feel free to use the exact same thesis statement that I composed for you there. If you want to copy and paste it, that is totally fine. If you want to write your own, that's okay, but I want you to focus on theme, point of view, and setting. And I know that this writing is something that we've been working on in class, specifically those introductions. And again, just to reiterate, if you can write, and in this case I provide the thesis statement for you, if you're able to do that successfully, writing that essay, and again, iStep starts the week of February 24th, which isn't next week, it's the week after, there will be an essay prompt. You will have an hour. Ask yourself, look, what is my goal? And what are my focuses going to be? And at the end of that introduction, compose that thesis statement that sets you up for success. Once you hit next, you've knocked it out. You can submit your essay, and you have completed the DLD module for this course. I hope that you do enjoy your weekend, and we will see you next week. See y'all later.